There's a lot of things I'm passionate about, a lot. But you know what? The things I ended up being really good at were the things I found myself putting effort into. A lot of people talk about passion, but that's really not what you need to focus on. You really need to evaluate and say,
hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Millennial Money. Today let's talk about why it's important or why I feel it's necessary to work hard in your 20s. And I know some of you might be like, well, there is another guy talking about you need to work hard or you have to have a passion in order to be successful. Not really. I'm just gonna be talking about most principles that I believe, especially when I'm in my 20s. So the first one, very important one, is working hard. And why is it important? I mean, when you should work hard, if not now? If you think about it, like in early 20s, I know that there are people that are able to waste all of the time, but I have some friends, they made it big in already like early 20s, just because they were working hard, and sometimes outcome will come, sometimes will not, you know, it doesn't matter, but I will do it because it's about principles that I'm learning as well. If you learn how to work hard in your early 20s, later on you will have some good habits, you would have some, you know, appreciation for the things because you were working for it and so on. A friend of mine was saying that, you know, if there is a time to work hard and try to build something, it's in your early 20s or even, you know, when you are entering to 20s. Because he said, you are able to handle pressure, you can take a risk, way more risk than you can do in 30s and that kind of stuff. Principle number 2 that I've been following and I've been believing, it's embracing the failure. Because, you know, again, if there is time to make mistakes, it's in your 20s. That's what I got from the friends, from the people that I've been admiring, because they told me, the worst case, you will not succeed. But you had experience and you didn't lose that much. Because even if you did lose some, you know, let's say money or anything like that, life is long enough that you can start from zero again. Literally, like example that I know, one guy that he had a company, so it was in his 50s already that business went bad. So they were running that business many years and they went bankrupt. And what do you think what he did, like in his 50s? Yes, he started new business. And it was because that he had principles about working hard, commitment and so on. Because that guy was hustling from, like, I don't want to say from 20s, he was hustling that like from already 15 years old. Isn't that cool? Usually you don't know what is gonna be the outcome, but that's that life is about, and I think that shouldn't be a reason why you are not trying something new, that you are afraid that you will like fail. Like as a Mark Cuban been saying that you have to be right just once, right? You make it, if don't, that's fine. There's nothing bad about that. Sometimes I feel like people in today's society, they feel they would like to, but they don't want to because they are feeling about peer pressure. You know what I mean? That you see all these people on social medias like Instagram, TikTok, that they are successful and they are promoting their life and they are showing off. And that's why you are sometimes scared to start. That's what I feel, but I was never paying bigger attention to that. Principle number 3 that I've been following, and I think it's one of the most important one after working hard, is that networking. Because if you are able to work hard, it's good, but you should realize as a one person, it's hard to accomplish something big. So that's why I try to like network people. The thing is that, like, I know that there are some people that are judging each other, they are, you know, behaving differently when they are with different group of people. But I was always like, and it's my approach, that, you know, everybody's equal. You know, you never know who are you gonna be doing business later on, or who is gonna be, you know, helping with something. So take it as an important part of your journey, like networking. In nutshell, like networking for me, like if I would tell it in one sentence, it's just being polite, you know, to other people. You never know, and it's good mindset to have. You know, networking is, I think, one of the crucial thing. But sometimes what's the mistake that I feel people do? Sometimes they are pushing too much on it, you know, which is not always healthy. Principle number 4 that I've been following is to develop skills. Like literally when I was starting the channel, like my expectations are not that I'm gonna be, you know, having huge influence, I'm gonna be millionaire because of this. I was like, it's good experience, I wanna do it, I think people should know about it, and for some people it might be interesting since there is so many people to approach. But I told myself that, you know what, it's gonna be good experience, even if I learn maybe how to do a little bit of thumbnails, how to edit a little bit. Later on, you never know, maybe somebody will pay you that you will edit their videos, right? Which I'm not saying that I know how to edit, I just learned from the YouTube as well, but the thing is that I didn't know anything, you know. That's how I was approaching, you know, like starting a new channel, you know. I already put into channel like, let's say, over 300 hours, you know, and It's nothing wrong with that. I always take it, as an experience, and you never know what one day it might turn into. For you, it might be that you are gonna be learning, like, I don't know, some computer skills. You wanna learn how to code, or you are living in the country that is not performing well and you wanna go abroad, but you have to speak another language and you don't speak English. So, develop a skill. It is that you learn English, which is totally normal. I think the most common mistake that young people are doing when it comes to developing the skills and so on, they are thinking so much about money that they are like, well, probably I'm not gonna be millionaire because I learn new language or new skill like IT skills and so on, which you never know, right? Maybe 10 years later you would get to know some people and they will be doing some business, they will have some startup in IT sector and they will need your skill. You never know. For example, I know about one guy that he will not go abroad even though he would make more money, because he said that he doesn't know if he would find a job, and instead of finding a job for 1 month, he can be working here. So in my opinion, he is just not willing to take a risk. That's why you see sometimes people working 30 years in the same company. But you know that if they would change the job or they would, learn something new, they could do way better, but they are just not willing to do that kind of stuff. And why? Because it's out of comfort zone, right? There is always some comfort zone and people are not willing to be out of the comfort zone. And the fifth principle that I've been following is that taking a risk, which I'm not saying that, you are young, so go all into Forex, go all into trading, go all into... I'm saying that if you are not sure about outcome, go for it now, Whether it's a job that is paying just commission and you are not sure that what is gonna be outcome, if you will make enough money, you know what, I will probably go for it. It depends where are you right now, but that's just the example that I wanna point out that, if there is a time to take a risk, it's now, because when not, if now. That's what always was my approach. I always believe that if you hustle in your 20s, if you don't create anything and you don't build any business, you create something that would later on perform very well. Like if you learn that it's important to be, learning as well, because that's one of the biggest thing that people underestimate, that after university they stop to be, kind of better in some fields, but you can still be improving. I even feel that successful people are always learning, whether they are in 30s, 40s, they are not like, well, I'm smart enough, I'm not gonna be learning more. And if you think that you are too smart, you should change group of people you are meeting with. That's what my friend is always saying, that if you are smartest person in the room, you are probably in the wrong room. And he's right. There is always somebody who is making more money. There is always somebody that is smarter than you. There is always somebody that is living healthier lifestyle than you are. So guys, this is a couple principles that I've been following. Of course, there is way more, but I just picked and chose the most important one. I hope you like it today, and don't forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comment section below. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Until next time.